Yep.
So what are alkanes? We talked that alkanes have a functional group when all carbons in alkanes have a single bond. The general formula of
Yeah.
alkanes is CN H2N plus 2. For example, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, and decane. So alkanes are a group of saturated hydrocarbons, and the term saturated means what? Saturated means that they all have a single bond. Saturated
Yeah.
means single bond, that
Single
they only
bonds.
have one single carbon-carbon bond and there are no double bonds. The general formula of alkanes is CnH2n plus 2. They are colorless compounds which have a gradual change in their physical properties as the number of carbon atoms in the chain increases. So as the number of carbons increase, physical properties would also change. Their boiling point would get higher, their color would get higher, density, weight, boiling point, melting point, viscosity, thickness, everything would increase as you go from methane to ethane up to decane. That would be the heaviest. Alkanes are generally unreactive compounds, but they do undergo combustion reactions. They can be cracked into smaller molecules and they can react with halogens in the presence of light as well. So in alkanes chapter, we're going to talk about its three reactions: combustion, cracking, and substitution. Methane is
Yep.
an alkane as well, and it is also a major component of natural gas. Ye is the same natural gas that is also used in your homes for domestic cooking, okay, and the gas supply. Here you can see the structural formula and the molecular formula for methane, ethane, propane. We have butane and pentane. So
Right.
let's talk about the reactions between halogens and alkanes. Combustion is a simple reaction. I'll tell you about that as well. So what is meant by substitution? Can you tell me?
I feel like you change the. I've heard it, but
Replacement.
when
Okay. You
yeah,
can
you
say
substitute, you change one of them.
exactly. It's replacement. For example, we have methane over here and we have a
Yep.
bromine molecule Br2 and this is a CH4 molecule. One of the bromine atoms from bromine molecule is going to substitute one of the hydrogen atoms. And this is the new product that is going to form. The new product would be CH4 CH3Br plus
Yeah.
HBr. So you can see that carbon was connected with four hydrogens. Now it's only connected with three hydrogens
Two,
and one
three.
bromine. In the presence of ultraviolet radiation, methane reacts with bromine in a substituent reaction. So what is the reagent required? What are the conditions required for substitution? UV light. And the equation is going to be CH4 plus Br2 forms CH3Br and HBr. Methane plus bromine forms
Yeah.
bromomethane and hydrogen bromide. अगर
Plus
मैं इसकी जगह
hydrogen
कोई और भी
bromide.
लूँ, let's say प्रोपेन ले लेते हैं, प्रोपेन प्लस क्लोरीन कर लेते हैं, ठीक है. So that would form what? Chloropropane, chloropropane, and the product would be hydrogen bromide. nahi, it would be hydrogen chloride,
So,
something
but it
like
will
this.
always
Mm-hmm.
have a alcohol.
Alcohol nahi, alkane
No.
and a halogen.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
ठीक है, so C3H8 reacts with chlorine. One of the hydrogen would be moved. So 8 hydrogens की जगह अब कितने हो जाएंगे? C3H7Cl. One
Seven.
hydrogen would be replaced by one Cl. Plus
Removed.
the product would be HCl. Got it?
Yep.
Chlorine will also react with alkanes to form chloromethane. You can see chlorine reacting to form chloromethane. And the products belong to a family called halogenalkanes that you'll study in A levels, by the way. Halogenalkanes is a whole separate chapter that you'll study in A levels. Halogenalkanes have many uses as solvents, refrigerants, propellants, and they can also be used as pharmaceutical as well. One of the similar reactions that is not mentioned here, though it's there in the introduction chemistry, that alkanes can also be cracked. One of the reactions was cracking. Can you tell me what is meant by cracking?
Cracking is
Let's say we have a very large alkane, C10H22, decane. We have what? Decane. Now,
Yeah.
decane is not needed by the public. There is no demand for decane. But yes, there is demand for octane. Octane is very used. It's used in fuels, high octane cars, right? So we are going to crack this decane into octane. Octane is C8H18 plus the remaining product is C2H4. So here you can see that a
Yep.
large alkane was broken down into a smaller alkane plus an alkene, which is ethene. So a decane was broken down into octane and a
Then
small
and
alkene.
ethene.
Exactly. So a small alkane and a small alkene was produced. Why do we do cracking? Because there's a demand for octane.
So always there will be one alkane and one alkene.
No,
The
not
result.
necessary. There's many possibilities. It can be two alkanes, one alkene. It can be one alkane, two alkenes, one alkane, alkene, hydrogen. That depends on the
Mhm.
molecular
But
formula.
how do you know how much you're going to take from one?
They're going to tell you in the question. They're going to tell you in
Okay,
the
right.
question. Yeah. So this is known as cracking. Combustion क्या होता है? What is combustion?
Yeah.
Combustion is, let's say, methane burns in oxygen and the products are always going to be carbon
The
dioxide and
plus the result or
water.
the remaining ones.
Okay. For example, if I react propane with oxygen, C3H8 plus O2, the products would be CO2 plus H2O. But this is not balanced. दिस इज
Yeah,
बैलेंस इसको बैलेंस
so
करना है थ्री कार्बन हैं यहाँ पे थ्री
yeah.
कर दो एट हाइड्रोजन हैं यहाँ पे टू है यहाँ पे फोर कर दो फोर इंटू टू एट हो
So
जाएगा ठीक है
it will
Ba-
always become CO2 and H2O, but you have to
yeah
balance them.
you have to balance it and that would depend on the compound given to you in the question the ones whose combustion is being done clear